Welcome to the first episode of FSCGR, otherwise known as Future Sean Connery Guitar Restoration. I'm glad you're here. So what we're doing in this episode is we're taking this Squier Bullet from 2004, which this is pretty much the finished product. It turned out really well. I got a couple more things I'm going to do. I'm probably going to shim the neck, and I still have a nut. Well, the second nut showing up because I demolished the first one. So we'll go through this and I'll tell you a little bit of what I did, and then at the end of this we'll have a little bit of a playing sample, which is going to be interesting because I've actually already recorded that and played with my fingers, which was a bad idea because I don't usually play with my fingers, but it turned out all right, and threw some effects pedals and stuff like that on it. So this should be fun. So I was going for kind of a Robert Cray Stratocaster vibe on this. You can see one on screen there. Given the color and the fact it's a hardtail, decided to go that direction. He's a great player. If you haven't checked him out, I highly recommend it. Great blues player. One of the first things I did, I ordered up some ivory Tusq XL string trees. The normal stamp string trees on some of the overseas guitars are kind of horrible. Also had to re-drill the tuner holes for 1 11/16 Fender split shaft tuners, the vintage style, and also plug the old mounting holes with toothpicks there and had to sand it down, as you can see. They ended up going right in, so you can see them there. They're road worn. One of the cool parts about these 2004 Bullets as well is the rosewood fretboard as opposed to the Indian Laurel you get on most of them now. You can also see the vintage style saddles I installed. There's quite a bit of player wear on this guitar, so I was going for a road worn vibe as stated. I also sanded the back of the neck gently to give it more of a satin finish. And there you can see those tuners, all the dowel holes with the toothpicks from the previous tuners are pretty much covered. And getting down to the neck plate there, I actually took that off and used a little sandpaper to give it more of that road worn look as well. Just kind of fit the whole vibe of the instrument. So I taped off the entire neck to do a level and dress. Originally I was going to use the StewMac fret kisser there to try to even things out, but as you can see when I got through it and I was marking the frets, it required a lot more work, so I ended up having to level the entire fretboard. And there I'm doing a little kind of final dressing with the Z file from StewMac, which I highly recommend. I'm a complete newbie on this kind of stuff, and that made it very simple. So there's the guitar without the pickguard. I had a little issue with the 5-way switch not clearing, so I had to use a rotary tool to sand into the body a bit so we can get that in there. There's the pickguard with the Robert Cray Custom Shop Stratocaster pickups, and mint guard with the cream. And there it is, putting it together, doing a little final fret dress, and that's the guitar all together without being strung up. Turned out pretty well, I think. There you can see the saddles. There are the Highwood saddles from StewMac. Those are amazing. They're actually, I think they are from the Netherlands. For the playing demo, I'm going to use this Artisan Ampworks Tweed Princeton clone. It's a great little amp picked up from a builder on Reverb. This is my black and blue pedal board. You can see there I got a Ram's Head, OCD, a Timmy. That's an Arian Stereo Course 1 that's been rehoused, and a Dig, and a Flint. So let's get to playing. So what we first did, what this episode is about is this Fender. Well, so what this episode is about is this Fender Squier. Wow, shit. All right. So what this episode is Welcome to the first episode of FSC GR. Welcome to the first episode of I can't do it. Welcome to the first episode of FSC. Is life hard, Arwen? Arwen, is life hard? You chomping? Because life's so hard? Good grief. You sweeping the floor?